Hey there, and welcome. So, you've got a Bachelor of Pharmacy degree, or you're on the path to getting one. Let me tell you, you're basically sitting on a goldmine of opportunities. Today, we're going to unfold the ultimate career map just for you to help you navigate this massive landscape that's opening up. All right, let's dive right in. Does this sound maybe a little too familiar? Look, if that hits home, you are definitely not alone. It's such a common feeling, right? That sense of, okay, what's next? So many students jump into this course without a clear destination in mind. And you know what? That is perfectly okay. That's the big question, isn't it? But here's the good news. The answer is way more exciting and diverse than you probably think. We're here to turn all that uncertainty into a clear, actionable game plan. Okay, first things first. Let's tackle the biggest myth out there head on. It's time to look beyond the job everyone thinks of and see the whole amazing picture. Yeah, when you say pharmacists, this is the picture that pops into most people's heads, right? The friendly, trusted professional behind the counter at the local chemist. And hey, that's an incredibly vital and respected career. But it's just one tiny piece of a much, much larger puzzle. Here's the key thing to remember. Your degree isn't a single track road. It's a massive, detailed map to a bunch of different territories. That retail pharmacy job, think of it as just the first town you see when you open up a huge world map. We're about to go explore entire continents. So, to make sense of this giant map, we've broken down all the opportunities into 5 distinct worlds. Each one has its own unique challenges, its own rewards, and totally different career paths. Think of your degree as a passport to these 5 incredible worlds. You can dive into the heart of the pharmaceutical industry itself, or join the front lines in healthcare. You could find rock-solid stability in the government sector, chase the intellectual thrill of academics, or, and this is a big one, you can forge your own path with entrepreneurship. Let's explore. First up, the industrial heart of it all. This is where drugs are literally born and perfected. You could be in production, actually making the medicines, or in quality control and assurance. That's QC/QA, making sure every single pill is absolutely perfect. Or if you're more into strategy, there's regulatory affairs, which is the crucial link between the drug companies and the government. Now, let's zoom in on a field that is absolutely exploding: pharmacovigilance. Think of it like being a drug detective. After a medicine is out in the world, these are the professionals who track how it's doing, watch for any side effects, and make sure it stays safe for everyone. It is a super critical and very high-demand role right now. Our next world is healthcare. This is where you get to connect directly with patients and cutting-edge research. Beyond the community pharmacist, you could be a hospital pharmacist, playing a key part in a patient's treatment team. Or you could become a clinical research associate, a CRA, and oversee the trials for the next big breakthrough drug. How about a career with stability, prestige, and a real chance to serve the public? Well, the government sector might be your world. The role of a drug inspector is one of the most sought-after jobs. You'd basically be a guardian of public health. And then there are positions in government hospitals, the railways, and even the defense forces. Now, for all of you who just love to learn and share what you know, the world of academics is waiting. You can go deep with a master's or a PhD. You can mix your science with business savvy with an MBA in pharma management, or you could shape the next generation of pharmacists as a professor. And last but not least, for the trailblazers out there, there's the world of entrepreneurship. This is where you get to be your own boss. You could start your own pharmacy, a manufacturing unit, or even dive headfirst into the tech world with a healthcare app. Your degree gives you the scientific street cred to build something brand new. So we've mapped out the worlds that exist right now, but the landscape is always changing, right? So now let's look ahead to the new frontiers, the trending fields that are really shaping the future of medicine. This is where your pharmacy degree becomes seriously future-proof. You've got fields like pharmacogenomics, which is basically personalized medicine, tailoring drugs to a person's unique DNA. And then you have data science and AI, which are completely revolutionizing how we find new drugs. Your science background is the perfect launchpad into these high-tech spaces. And hey, your career map isn't limited by borders. A B.Pharm degree from India is a really strong foundation for working pretty much anywhere in the world. All you have to do is clear a specific licensing exam, like the NAPLEX for the US or the PEBC for Canada, and you can unlock some seriously lucrative international careers. You know, a map is pretty useless if you don't know how to read it. So let's talk strategy. How can you make the absolute most of your 4 years in college to get ready for all these amazing opportunities? Here's a simple but really powerful timeline. Your first year? Just nail down your foundations. Year 2, start getting real-world experience. Hunt for internships, start learning industry software. Year 3 is all about specialization. Get certifications in hot fields like pharmacovigilance. And then in your final year, it's go time, prepping for placements and those big entrance exams. The second you graduate, it really boils down to one big decision: job, higher studies, or business. If you want a job right away, start targeting those industry roles we talked about. If it's more studies, you'll be prepping for exams like GPAT for a master's in India, or maybe the GRE for going abroad. And for business, you'll start with licensing and learning the ropes. The key is to just pick a path and focus your energy. All right, let's get to the good stuff. Let's talk about the treasure on this map. What kind of financial potential are we talking about with all these different paths? Let's look at some real numbers. So this table gives you a quick snapshot for India based on some 2025 estimates. The first thing to notice is that huge jump from entry-level to experienced pay. In a field like pharmacovigilance, you could easily double your starting salary in just a few years. And just look at the drug inspector role, that is a very strong starting point. Now, to put it all into perspective, check out this comparison. As a fresher in the private sector, you're probably starting somewhere in that 18 to 35,000 rupee range. A government job immediately bumps you up, but the potential abroad, once you get your license, well, that's a complete game changer. We're talking salaries that can be 10 times higher or even more. So, what's the bottom line here? What's the ultimate takeaway? It's that your B.Pharm degree is just incredibly versatile. It gives you the stability and security of a solid government or industry job, but it also gives you the knowledge and the freedom to go out and build something new as an entrepreneur or innovator. So there you have it. We've laid out the worlds, the frontiers, the strategies, and the rewards. The map is officially in your hands now. The only question left is, where does your journey begin? Which territory are you going to explore first?